Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Leal, and we still have, of course, the moon transiting through Virgo. Today was the new moon. In some other places was yesterday, August 22nd, and tomorrow, 24th, it is going to make a conjunction with the South Node in Virgo. So it is good to pay attention to that what we are feeling that is ending. Could be a form of life, a habit, a labor, a job, something that is, that we have to leave behind because it is not resonating with our purpose anymore. This is going to be topic linked with eclipses. First, we are going to have a total lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 7th, and the second one is going to be a partial solar eclipse in Virgo on September 21st. We're going to talk about of these events in short because they have this this powerful energy. We could feel them with anticipation, and they are like new moons and full moons but stronger. So it is important to take in account that Saturn will be retrograde in Pisces in its final goodbye for those both of these events. But in the one of the sun, in the eclipse of the sun in Virgo, it is going to be participating plenty of that event. So there are very great karmic closures, lessons that we will have to conclude to move forward to the next thing. There is a maturity that responds to that contact with the soul, that it is in a great extent of what Saturn was involved, the experiences or the lessons that we had to integrate. Or we have been integrating during the transit of Saturn in Pisces. Responsibility, the coherence, the construction, coming from that inner listening, even if there are experiences that are not visible or tangible outside. Having to learn to put boundaries in areas in which we could have the tendency to not put them, developing an emotional maturity, which doesn't mean to repress our emotions or running from them, escaping from them, but to learn to navigate them and to not feel drowned by those emotions, when we feel that we are not able to move forward. It happens that there are people that have more tendency to one or another, or this could be presented in phases, but this is about looking for a way of transiting the unavoidable thing of feeling and allowing ourselves to flow with those processes, to accompany ourselves, to walk forward. And this requires courage to do it. So this last passage of Saturn in Pisces could also bring situations that perhaps it was believed that they were closed. So we can, do a transcendence that leads us to this unknown and new thing for 2026 that is represented by the conjunction of Saturn and Neptune in Aries. And the months that we have ahead, they are this opportunity to clean, to put away what we don't want anymore, and to leave this space for the things that I had a cut off. This is coming in the right time, in the right moment, and in this surrendering to life and to the path. It is simple and at the same time challenging to apply. Virgo represents how we are rationalizing our material reality and how we descend to earth those processes of thought. Pisces is how our energy is operating, how our emotions, our thoughts are circulating, and how we open connection with our soul, or how we can block that connection, whether because the mind is interposing or our emotions. Tomorrow, the Sun in Virgo perfects the square with Uranus in Gemini, and whatever thing you have been experimenting during this week breaks with this rational, limitant structure. Perhaps for some people it is linked with understanding that effectively what happens in their material reality, it is impulsing them to attend inwards, what is happening inwards. It is not about battling with the outside, And for people that have been inhabiting much more the rational spaces, it is difficult to fit that their energy can have an influence in that, which is not the same as control. I mean, we can deepen in our inner world and take decisions in consequence with that, but this doesn't mean that everything is going to happen according to what we mentally plan, but it could be better. Could be even better. I'm saying this because we many times seek for the negative things, because this is a way to prepare for something, for the danger. It is a survival mode, because no one wants to be in fear or in negative spirals of the mind. But the mind could see danger in everything that is outside of the system of information storage. So I think it is important to be compassive with that survival instinct, because in a real danger situation, these active mechanisms that could help us to save ourselves. But in the daily life, in the day-to-day, this could be unconsciously taking us to observe everything in a limited way and to feel separated from that energy, and that high energy that is the one that sustains us. It is the one that impulsed us in moments where we believed that we weren't able to continue. So even the information, it is not something to be demonized. I mean, this could be something that contributes a lot with our path, that helps us to continue. For example, you may have listened people that went through an illness or had a physical symptom, without knowing what it was. And at the moment that they could put a name to that brought a certain level of calmness, perhaps because they knew with what they were dealing with. But in this case, with the North Node in Pisces, this calls us to a surrender, to give ourselves to those possibilities without knowing many things about the process. It is not about putting our faith in something that is a fantasy. I am not referring, to expecting that we are going to be called to be astronauts or leaders from a project if we weren't doing something about that in coherence with that. I mean, there are people that require to put more earth and to look at things with a more realistic view. But not for realistic, this means limitant, again. But it is about observing with honesty what they are doing or what decisions they are taking that are truly connected with their hearts to materialize what their souls want. But then there is the other face of the coin, which is taking the steps or doing whatever thing we can do at this present moment, and not trusting in that possibilities could be manifested, because we are not finding an explanation among the logic that brought us here. But it is that kind of logic that the one that right now needs to be broken, so the perception can be amplified. And this applies to the collective. Here in Argentina we have manifestations of the new moon, very very linked with Uranus in Gemini, with reaching for information that is pushing us to put the focus in, to stop putting the focus in old structures and paradigms, and to move forward to something new. So thank you everyone. See you in the next video. Ciao ciao.